Ms. Stringer, what is the Fourth Amendment?
The right to bear arms.
Okay, Ms. Jenkins, what is the Fourth Amendment?
I don't know.
Question.
Mr. Amau, what is the Fourth Amendment?
What is the Fourth Amendment?
The Fourth Amendment.
It is, hold on. Wow, this is embarrassing. I know the Fourth Amendment. First is freedom of speech. Second is right to bear arms. The fifth is the right to not incriminate yourself. The fourth is...
Take a guess.
Yep, I don't know.
Hold on, give me a second here. I got nothing.
Okay, Joe, what is the Fourth Amendment?
The Fourth Amendment is the right to trial. Easy.
Okay, so Officer Sumber, do you know what the Fourth Amendment is?
I do.
And what is
The
it?
Fourth Amendment talks about arrest, search, and seizure.
Okay, and how do you feel about that?
It's important on both sides. It's important on the law enforcement side because it gives us the right to search for things when people are not forthcoming with them. It also protects the community or individuals because unfortunately there are officers who are not the best as far as ethics is concerned. So it does protect the individual from having their property illegally searched.
Okay,
Or seized.
why are they interpreted differently inside and outside of school? Why is it that in school we do not have those rights as students?
It's different in school because this is a public institution, and when your parents sign your paperwork allowing you to come to school, a lot of those rights per se are waived as far as the administrators. Their goal is to ensure that everyone is safe here on campus, so if that means they need to search your person or your property without your consent to make sure you don't have any weapons or any drugs, they do have that right. Your parents have signed over that right to the principals to allow them to do that. Myself, on the other hand, I do have to have probable cause to search your person. If you've ever noticed, if there's a situation where someone suspects a student may have drugs, I'm just there, and I'm not the one doing the actual searching. The principal will do the actual search because I have to have probable cause, and probable cause for me is not someone coming up to me telling me, hey, he has drugs in his pocket. That's not enough for me.
Okay, if we didn't have the Fourth Amendment, how do you think schools would be?
If we didn't have the Fourth Amendment, they'd probably be a little bit better because then I can search whoever I want.
Okay, do teachers have the same rights as students in school?
As far as
The Fourth Amendment, as far as being searched by you guys.
well, the teachers are a little bit different because again, they're governed under different rules set up by the district as their employer. If it's suspected that a teacher has drugs, then again, the principal has that. If they refuse, then there's a gray area that I can get involved and institute or begin that search.
Okay, so how was it when you were in school? Was the Fourth Amendment applied?
It was, but we didn't have police officers in school. We knew how to behave. We still had paddles, and we were afraid of our coaches. There was still corporal punishment. There was still prayer in the school, and we had our coaches that we were afraid of.
Okay. Do you think it is okay for a cop to strip search a student in school?
We don't strip search. The only time a strip search is performed is in a in a jail. Now, I will search you, and it will be very impersonal. And yes, I do have that right.
Okay, all right.
'Cause my hands stay cold.
Val,
Yes,
are you
ma'am.
ready? What is the Fourth Amendment?
Fourth Amendment protects someone's right against illegal searches and seizures.
Okay. How do you feel about the Fourth Amendment?
How do I feel about the Fourth
How do you
Amendment?
feel about it?
That's a very general question. I feel that it is a quality amendment.
Okay. Do you think these
Top 5 amendment. I would say.
Okay. Do you think students should have these rights at school?
No, I don't.
Why?
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 Because schools are different than the general public.
Okay. Why are
What?
they?
what constitutes an illegal search when I'm, just walking down the street, as opposed to a student in a system, in an organization, and the effects that could possibly have on the organization. I fully agree with years of case law that interprets the Fourth Amendment as students not having the full privileges of it in a school setting.
Okay. Do teachers have the same rights as students here at school?
Do teachers have the same rights as students?
No, I'm sorry. Do students have the same rights as teachers here at school?
Do students have the same rights as teachers?
Here at school.
Well, that's again a very broad question. Do they have the same rights? No, they don't have the same rights per se, but that depends on what your definition of rights are. Do they have the right to?
Can they be searched as students can be searched here at school?
Yeah, if I have a reasonable suspicion that they might have something illegal on them.
Okay. If we didn't have the Fourth Amendment, how do you think schools would be?
If we didn't have the Fourth Amendment, how would I think schools would be? Do you mean if the Fourth Amendment wasn't interpreted differently for schools? Like, is that what you mean? If students had the
Okay, yeah, you
same
can put it that way.
protections under the Fourth Amendment as the
Yeah.
general
Yeah.
public? I think what is already, how can I phrase this? Students would get away with more things drug related, and I don't think that's necessarily a good thing for a school.
Okay, so how was it when you were in school? Were you guys being searched too?
I wasn't. But yes, students were being searched. I mean, I'm not that old, wasn't that long ago.
Okay, Mr. Val, thank you.